I'm Kelsey, and welcome to the Treehouse. I'm about to go into the library and get a book to read. Do you like to read? Me too. I love to look at the colors and the pictures, and especially read the stories. I have a great idea. Do you want to read a book with me? Oh, perfect. Do you know what's an even better idea? If we go visit story time with Miss Jennifer, I want to see what book she's going to read for us today. Let's go take a look.
Hi friends, welcome back to Storytime. My name is Miss Jennifer and today we're going to be sharing some Inuit stories. My first story for you is called The Polar Bear Son. This is a traditional Inuit's tale. On the cover, what do you see? I see a woman. And I see a polar bear. Can a polar bear be somebody's son? Let's find out in The Polar Bear Son. Way up north, all alone in a little hut at the edge of an Inuit village, there lived an old woman. She had no family, no strong sons to hunt for her. The old woman tried to fend for herself by fishing and gathering seeds and berries, but often she was unsuccessful and had to depend on her neighbors for food. Do you think she's happy living like that? I don't think she's very happy. One day, out on the ice, the old woman found a little white polar bear cub. His mother must have been killed, the old woman thought. He's so little. Can a baby polar bear take care of himself? Not very well. So she took him home. Back in her hut, the old woman fed the cub, sharing with him the little food she had. I will name you Knikchawak, she said. Knikchawak, my son. Knikchawak was happy with the old woman. He was a friendly, round, and fluffy little bear, and the children of the village loved to play with him, tumbling about and sliding on the snow. Are they having fun together? Yeah, lots of fun. Spring, summer, and long, dark winter passed. Knikchawak grew quickly, and when spring came again, he was big and strong enough to go hunting and fishing for the old woman. What did he bring her? A fish. Soon the old woman had plenty of meat and fish to share, and furs to keep her warm, and blubber for cooking. And is the custom of the Inuit, she shared every good catch with the bear and the whole village. Come, called the old woman proudly, there's more than enough for all of us. The villagers took the food, but in time the hunters grew angry because Knikchawak was better at hunting than they were, and they were jealous that the old woman had found such a good provider. They decided to kill Knikchawak, and the children overheard the hunters' plans and ran to warn the old woman. The old woman went from house to house, pleading with the villagers to spare her clever young bear. Knikchawak's my son, she said. Do not take him away from me. The bear is getting too big and strong. He is dangerous, they said. We will kill him tomorrow. He will make a fine feast for the village, and his fur will keep us warm. The old woman rushed back home, and she told Knikchawak that he had to leave at once. Go, she said, go quickly and do not come back. Crying bitterly, she begged for him not to forget her. Do you think she's happy or sad? No. So sad. So Knikchawak left. Sadly, the old woman and the children watched him disappear off into the distance. Now the old woman was alone again, And from time to time, when she felt very lonely and hungry, she left her hut early in the morning and went very far out onto the ice. Then she called, "Knikchwak, Knikchwak, my son!" And she did not have to wait long before a big polar bear came running to meet her. It was Knikchwak, big and strong and sleek and glossy. He's all grown up now. The old woman always looked him over carefully, making sure he had not been injured. Then Knikchwak brought her salmon and seal, and they ate some of it together, and the old woman took the rest home with her. This went on for many years, and up until this day, the Inuit tell the story of the faithful bear Knikchwak and the old woman who brought him up. The end. Isn't that a nice story? They were able to be together, even though they were different. Thanks. And now, friends, I'll tell you the Inuit story called Owl Paints the Raven. Believe it or not, once upon a time in the distant past, Owl and Raven used to be very good friends. And they met outside one day, and Raven said, "Oh, Owl, I'm so bored of having white feathers. Aren't you? I have an idea. Let's paint each other a different color. Anything besides white, like the snow." And Owl thought about it and said, "Sure, we can try that." And Raven said, "Well, I'm so excited. How about you paint me first?" And Owl said, No. This was your idea. You should paint me first." And Raven agreed. So Raven carefully took some paint and he put some spots and all over Owl, and soon Owl had a lovely new pattern, and he wasn't completely white. Do me now, said Raven. "Oh, I'm so excited." And Owl said, "Very well. It is your turn." So Owl got some paint and he started painting Raven. But Owl had done a much better job at painting Raven than Raven had done painting him. And Owl soon became jealous because Raven would look much nicer than he. So it was a bad decision, but Owl took the paint and he dumped it all over Raven because he was jealous. And soon, Raven's feathers were as dark as night. He was completely covered. "You ruined me," said Raven. "I'm so angry at you." And he flew off. And to this day, Raven still has his black feathers, while Owl has his nice white feathers with specks and spots and patterns. The end.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sign of the Day. Are you ready to learn some sign language? This is an opportunity for us to learn how to talk using our hands. So this is sign language. Our first sign is going to be the name of our show. Tree, house. The first sign we're going to learn is tree. Now we have to build our tree. In order to do that, we're going to take whatever hand we use to color or to write with. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to make a trunk. And I need to have some leaves or some branches. Now it needs to blow in the wind. And I'm going to take this hand, and this is going to be my ground. And I need my fingernails to face the sky. And I'm going to take my trunk, put it on my ground, and it's going to blow in the wind. And we have our tree here. Next, I need my house, don't I? So we're gonna start with our roof. We're gonna take our point right up here, and we're gonna work our way down. And next we need to build our walls. And we're gonna move our way right back down, okay? So let's first start with our tree. Remember, we have our branches, our trunk, and our ground. You try. Tree. Very good. Let's try it one more time. Hands at our side, bring it up. Tree. Good job. Now let's remember to build our house. Let's start with our roof, our point, bring it down, build our walls. Good job. Our house. Let's try it one more time. Our point, bring it down, house. Good job. Now let's put it together so we can make our tree house. Tree, house, tree house. Good job. You just learned your first sign. Now that we are professionals, do we want to learn another sign? Good, because I have one more to show us before we learn some animal signs. That's right, animal signs. Now, let's learn book. I really like to read books, do you? So we're gonna take our hands and put them together. Good job. Now we're gonna open it just like we read a book. Open it up and close it. Like we're flipping the pages back and forth. You try. Back and forth. Very good. Wow, you're really good at this. You must read a lot. Back and forth. That's book. Good job. All right, now it's time to learn our third sign. And these are the animal signs I was talking about. All right, so we're gonna have to take our hand that we use to color with and to write with. And we're gonna take our 2 fingers here at the end. These are gonna go to sleep. Now we need our thumb and the 2 fingers that are closest to our thumb. And we're gonna put our thumb right here, and they're gonna stick out like this. We're gonna make a sign language G, and it's gonna come right out in front of our mouth. And it's gonna look like we are a duck. That's right, we're gonna become a duck, and we're gonna have a beak. And we're gonna quack. We're gonna move our beak up and down, and we're gonna start quacking like a duck, because this is the sign for duck. Quack, quack. Can you do that? Ooh, good job. You're a good duck. Do you ever see a duck outside? Do you go to the park and see a duck? Or feed a duck? I like ducks, especially when they fly in the air above us in the sky. It's pretty cool. Duck. Ooh, you're good at that. Ooh, I like that. Duck. Next, we're gonna keep our same G for our 4th sign. So, put these fingers, they're gonna stay sleeping, taking a nap. We're gonna have these fingers out, and we're gonna bring back this arm. The same arm that we used as the ground for our tree, and it's gonna become our ground again. And we're gonna have our trunk here, and our G right here, and we're gonna have another bird come out. This is gonna be our 4th sign, and this is gonna be goose. Have you ever seen a goose before? Sometimes when I go to a park, right next to a duck is a goose. I like when I get to see a goose. They're big, aren't they? They're a really big bird, and they can move really fast. They fly up in the sky. A goose. Can you do that? You bring your arm up. Goose. Good job. Really good at this. Do you ever visit the park? You do? We're gonna go ahead and visit the park next. Hey guys, we are at Riverbend Park. This is one of my favorite parks to come and just explore. We can look at birds, go for walks, and behind me, we even have a story time going on. That's pretty cool, right? We're gonna talk to some families and see what they like to do at the park. Let's go here.
Long John. Excuse me, I prefer Long John.
So every year, always the current class that I'm teaching, I invite, and then any families from years past.
And this is the bear claw. He tried to strike up conversations with an apple fritter on the next tray over, but she didn't seem like she wanted to talk.
It's kind of a fun little search. We always start with a share, then after our share, I'll read, and then halfway through, I sprinkle candy, and they go find the candy, and then we finish the book, and then it's come and go as you please. So some families come every Wednesday, and then others just pick and choose throughout the summer when they come.
Were whisked away with their new owners. Some went by the dozen in giant boxes.
Well, if they're not familiar with geocaching is great, and basically it's like a scavenger hunt in nature. So you get the app on your phone, and then you use the coordinates on your phone, and then you try to find the cache.
We read our book. Is this for today?
We have been doing lots of water balloons, and we bought a pool this year to kind of help with the heat. Lots of nature walks, and they're all into finding bugs and things like that right now, so that's their big thing. The beach is always a big hit because, you know, the older ones can go out deeper and the little one plays in the sand, so water is good. Bike rides, scooter rides.
I like to play see the ducks or like other insects and things in the park, or I could see like squirrels, birds, and I can see like the fishes and other animals. Yeah. Play baseball.
Play baseball.
Play tag. Run around.
I like to ride my bike.
Scooter.
Feed the ducks crackers.
We've been really going to parks as much as we can, you know, because these guys got to get out and play, and we're grateful that they have areas in Shelby where we can go to very close to home and go on the slides and everything, so it's been really fun. That's, I think, the major extent of what we've been doing.
Now that was a lot of great ideas we've heard from a lot of new friends. Another great idea is taking a look at some of these libraries. You might have seen these in some of your neighborhoods or even at parks like this. Now, the idea is you take a book out and you put a book in. So you can come and take a book out and read them outdoors. This is another great idea of something fun that you can be doing right now. Now that you've had a lot of great ideas, go outside and play. Have fun. Hey there, I'm getting ready to go to the park, but I have to pack a few things before I go. Now I need your help to do that. Do you ever pack some things to go to the park too? You might need some sunscreen to protect you from the sun, or some water just in case you get thirsty from playing too hard, or some bug spray to keep the mosquitoes away. But we also might need our hand sanitizer to wash our hands when there's no sinks around. Now that I have everything I need in order to go to the park, I need to wash my hands before I actually go because I've been touching a lot of things. Right now, we need to make sure that we're washing our hands a lot more often. That might seem like a lot of hand washing. Are you washing your hands a lot more often? You are? Me too. Anytime we touch anything when we're outside of our house, we need to wash our hands. That might seem like a lot, right? If we're washing our hands a lot, that means we're doing a really good job. But do you know how to wash your hands? You're not sure? Well, I'm about to wash my hands before I go to the park. Do you want to see how I do it? Oh, come along, let's go take a look. Okay, now that we're back from washing my hands, there's one more thing that I need to pack in my bag, and that's my mask. It's right here. Have you been seeing people wear masks around? Maybe you've been seeing your parents wear a mask, or maybe you're wearing a mask when you're out. Well, we need things to cover our mouth and our nose when we're out and about. So we can put on a mask, or a scarf, or a paper mask, or a bandana. anything that covers our nose and mouth, but allows us to breathe at the same time. I use my pink mask right here. What I need to do is put this handle and this handle over my ears. Do you want to see how I put it on? Let me show you. So I put my hair back so it's not in the way, and I hook it over one of my ears like this. And I stretch it over my nose, because remember, it has to cover both my nose and my mouth at the same time. So I put it over my nose and my mouth, and I move my hair back, and I put it over this ear this time. You see? So now it's over one ear and over the other ear. And look, my nose and my mouth are covered. And it's underneath my chin. And you can wiggle it around until it feels nice and comfortable. And after you put on your mask, wash your hands one more time, because we've been touching our face. So use your hand sanitizer or soap and water. And now that we learned to wash our hands, we know how to do it, right? So I'm gonna make sure I pack my mask with me to go to the park. Good job, you guys. Well, it seems like I'm all set. I have my hand sanitizer, my water, my bug spray, my sunscreen, most importantly, my mask, and now I know how to put it on. But there's one more thing I need to know how to do once I get to the park. Do you know what that is? Well, now we have to keep our distance when we are around other people we haven't seen in a while. We have to stay 6 feet apart. But to be honest with you, I don't know how far 6 feet apart is. Is it this far? This far? Maybe this far? I'm not really sure, do you know? I have an idea. Before I go to the park, just like we practice washing our hands and practice putting on our face mask, we should practice figuring out how far apart 6 feet apart is. Then we'll know and we'll be safe at the park or anywhere we go, right? Let's try it together. Wow, that was 6 feet apart? I had no idea. Okay, I think I'm officially ready for the park. My hands are washed, my face mask is here, and I'm ready to go. Thank you so much for your help. I think you're ready for the park or anywhere else you go too. Now remember these tips, and I think you'll stay healthy and safe. Have fun.
Camp setup is children will come in and they will have humane education with some of our employees here or with guest speakers, and they will have positive interactions with dogs, cats, birds, pigs, goats, horses, and many more different types of animals. They'll do crafts and they'll have educational games, icebreakers, and it's a really great way for them to socialize, especially during this current time. I'm excited to see the kids. I'm actually a teacher in Utica Community Schools, and so for the past 3 months I haven't been able to see any of my students, so it's going to be really great to have the interaction again and to see the joy of their learning, to be able to go and meet Snow Cone and Aladdin, the goats in the front, and have that type of, positive elements and be able to bring that out into the world.
Oh, I like that. Oh, is that a poop? Oh man, poop's been a big hit.
I want to join the summer camp to see the animals and how they do stuff, how they work with people, and I wanted to help the animals.
My favorite part is learning about all the animals here. I love animals, and I knew that it was an animal shelter, so I knew that it had a lot of animals, and I love animals. Petting the horses and feeding them. It's fun because we can make crafts and learn about animals. Humane Society of Macomb. Yay! Seeing all the animals and get to pet them and feed them. I really like the adopt a pet. and yesterday's garden planting one. Well, I thought it would be fun to come up here and like learn more about animals, since when I'm older I want to be a vet for big and small animals.
Because I thought it would be fun meeting new animals and getting to pet them and like take care of them.
You can go to our website and go into Learning and Camps, click register for any of our camps. We have 7 weeks of our sessions, and we are actually offering scholarships through the Shelby Community Foundation, and so if you are a Shelby Township resident, you can apply for those as well.
Wow, that looked like a lot of fun, didn't it? Well, that is the end of our first episode of the Treehouse. Do you remember the sign for Treehouse? Let's try it together. Tree, house. Want to try it one more time? Tree, house. Good job. Now, do you think you can draw a tree house? You can? Well, if you can draw a tree house and send it in to us, we'll put it in our next episode. All you have to do is email us. I can't wait to see you and your tree house's next episode. Bye.